Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Eric V, and I am the broadcaster of FutureSquawk, guys. I am appreciative of the fact that you guys are here today. For those of you who are following along on the charts, yeah, that's right. For those of you guys who are following along on the charts, we will have charts for you. For those of you guys here on YouTube, yeah, there's no charts, so you're gonna have to pull up your own charts and follow along with us. But yeah, I am appreciative. If you want the full experience, the full 100% Future Squawk experience, you can head over to futuresquawk.com and sign up for our broadcast. There is a 7-day free trial. Please do take advantage of that. Well, as of current, I don't know how many months or days or months or years down the road you may be watching this. There may not be anymore, but yeah, there is currently a 7-day free trial to Future Squawk. You can come over and you can take a look at our charts. You can follow along with us as we do trade. So, guys, currently, it is 7:25:03 a.m. There is a 1 minute delay on this broadcast from the floor of the CME for those of you guys watching along on YouTube. But hey, free is free, right? 7:30 numbers. We have four of them today. We have building permits, we have housing starts, we have initial job, and we have Philly Fed business, guys. And then at 9:30 we have the EIA natty gas. So, guys, that is what we are seeing. We are seeing the EIA natty gas a little bit later in the day. But yeah, in about 5 minutes, we'll have live for you a whole bunch of numbers. We are currently short the market, guys. We are at the middle of the upper extreme. I'm sorry, middle of the previous balance. We did see initiative out of that lower extreme of the balance during the regular trading hour session. We got back into the balance on the close, and we saw a nice spike up. Nice spike up in the overnight session. In the overnight session, we've balanced higher twice now. First balance higher. Yeah, guess what, guys? First balance higher we saw from 25 quarters all the way up to the 33 tens. And then we have seen another balance higher all the way up to the high of the day, which is the 37 quarter all the way down to the 32, let's call it 32, 75, 32 halves, guys. So right now we are near the upper extreme of that. We are in the middle of the previous area of balance, a larger area of balance that got put in all the way up from 44 all the way down to the 21s, the 20s, guys. So we're right in the middle of that. Just slightly above the middle of it, but the middle is what I'm seeing is the middle, guys, is the 33s, and we are right in that area. We did look for a price pattern, found a price pattern on the Nasdaq, found a price pattern on the ES. So we are short those two, guys. We are short those two. Good morning to you. So yeah, guys, that's what we are seeing. We are short those two. We are starting to see. We have seen the we have seen the invalidation of the short lean come into play. We'll see how it plays out here on the 5 minute time frame. Then YM is starting to rise real quick, trading the 25,405s, guys. But yeah, we are seeing some appreciation come into the overnight session. So through the overnight session, we are seeing us a little bit higher, up into the 36, guys, all the way down from 2803. We were down. We closed down actually about 17 points yesterday, 18 points yesterday, and we're already up 14 and a quarter today. 14 and a quarter today. We are not back. We're not back to the previous, not the previous close, not the overnight close, the close from Wednesday. We're looking at the Tuesday close. We're not even back to the Tuesday close yet, though, guys. So another 5 to 6 points higher to get back up into the Tuesday close on the ES. So, guys, yeah, this is a short-term short, but yeah, they're hoping that it turns into something a little bit more, guys, if you know what I'm talking about. So, guys, what we have seen here, good morning to you again. What we have seen this morning is we do have about 90 seconds until we have those four numbers for you, like I talked about. Let me just go ahead and highlight real quick. We'll get to the charts in just a second, but building permits, yeah, guess what, guys? Previously was 1.292 million. Survey was for 1.31 million. Housing starts, that was building permits. Housing starts were 1.173 million previous, looking for 1.260 million. Initial jobs were 213 previous, looking for 215. And the Philly Fed business, yeah, guys, we're at 25.7, looking for 22 this time. 22 this time. As soon as I hear the beep in the background, oh yeah, which will be in about 30 seconds, I'll bring those numbers to you live as they're posted here on the board at the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, guys. We'll be bringing those numbers to you live as we get them in about 15 seconds, 20 seconds, guys. In the meantime, that VIX is down, that RBOB is down, and there's the numbers, guys. Let's take a look and see what we do have. Yeah, I'm seeing 1.311 for building permits. Man, that was close. They went to 1.310. I'm seeing 1.168 for housing starts. They were looking for 1.26. So that's about 100,000 less, actually. Housing starts than we were looking for. Initial jobs 212 instead of 215, and Philly Fed business is 11.9 instead of 22, off to 25.7 previous, guys. Wow, Philly Fed business is way down, way down. Housing starts are lower as well. Man, oh man, Philly Fed's not a huge mover of the market, but is definitely something that that the board members will take into account when they decide whether they're going to continue on the quantitative tightening path and whether they're going to continue to raise interest rates. So definitely, I mean, it's not the foremost indicator. However, guys, it is definitely something that that bank voting presidents will take into account, especially a miss like that. So we are trading the 4 halves at 475. So let us take a moment and see that YM did try initiative out of balance to the upside. We are back into balance. We are seeing the ES start to come off. Like I said this morning, we were short. We were short from the 575s, and we are trading into a little bit of profit. We were short the Nasdaq from the 21s, and we are into a little profit right now. We'll see how far we can pull back. First obvious pullback is the 29s. Give or take the 29 range here in the ES. That's the first obvious pullback, and then 24 quarters, and then 20, then the 20s one more time. We'll see what happens, guys. But yeah, we're definitely seeing that we are at support in the Nasdaq currently. So, guys, let's move it on over. Let's rock it on over. And see what we see here. Yeah, guys, you know it. Let's see what we see here in the ES. Yeah, we are seeing that ES. Let's take a look at it. The ES has seen quite the bid coming in the overnight session. However, we are currently balancing them up right here at the 34, 33 area, the middle of that previous area of balance, guys. We did see some continuation spikes above it. However, that is on the short time frame. This area of balance here, this area of balance that we have talked about, we've seen in the overnight session, we've seen a first area of balance. And when we say area of balance, we mean overlapping price activity. Yeah, that's right. We have seen that from the 23 quarters all the way down to the 17 halves, guys. We saw that right on the close and into the short period of time after the close. Then we did see that spike up, and we saw a balance all the way from the 25 quarters all the way up to, let's call it, the 32 halves. and we have seen the final area balance higher from the 37 quarters, which are the highs of the day, all the way up to the all the way down to the 32.75, 32 halves. That's our final area balance. So yeah, guys, on the 5 minute time frame, we have seen that continuation to the upside. However, we have to see continuation out of this current area balance above the 37 quarter high of the day. We have to see continuation above that for me to consider that this 4 hour short is over. This 4 hour short lane, this evening's half-hour short lane is over. Right now, we are testing testing the invalidation, in my opinion. So, guys, I am willing to take a couple points risk here in order to see if we can get some continuation to the downside, get some selling to come in here on the ES at this time frame. On this time frame, we are on the 4 hour, guys. On the 4 hour on the ES, yeah, you know what? This is just we did try initiative out of balance on 8/7. That was August 7th. We saw initiative out of balance. Actually, the 5th, the 6th, we saw initiative out of balance. We saw continuation to the upside, and we've come back into balance, guys. And we are just chopping around in this larger area of balance, all the way from 48, 28, 49, all the way down to the 2790s, guys. We are just chopping around to the 91s. So we are chopping around at let's call it a 60-point range here, guys. And yesterday we saw some selling come in. We saw some selling pressure in the morning, and we abated some of that into the afternoon session. Yeah, in the overnight session, we have seen some bid come right back in, guys. So yeah, we are at a key area right now, at the 28.3475s, 28.3475s, and that is what we're seeing on the 30-minute time frame, my friends. The 4 hour and the 30-minute. Yeah, definitely seeing us trade below the middle of the previous area, balanced up in that 28, down to the 28.95, that 20 even area that had been below twice. We saw pretty much the whole day's session yesterday, the regular trading hour session, below that, and we closed back up into that area of balance on the close and have continued higher. Guys, trade above that upper extreme of this 30-minute on this time frame definitely invalidates the lean. However, it also puts in a full day outside bar out of the previous day's balance. So definitely something that would start to kick in our minds and say, hey, whoa, hey, you guys, look at me. This is not bearish activity at all. If we were to trade up above the 44s and close above the 44s today in the ES. So just bringing that to your attention, that is something that we would not want to see if for those of us who currently, like I do, have a bearish lean in this market. All right, let's move it on over, rock it on over to the YM, guys. YM, same thing happened yesterday. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at the YM on a 4 hour. 4 hour is actually less weak than the ES was. The YM did not see initiative out of balance to the downside nearly to the extent that we saw on the ES. We are actually above the previous highs on the YM, however, which is definitely something to take a look at. We are above. We did trade below into yesterday's time frame, and then we saw a nice comeback into the close, and we are above the previous area balance. So on the YM, guys, we are seeing a larger area balance, the largest area balance formed up on the highs, all the way from, let's just call it the 576, all the way down to, yeah, guys, we can call it the 085s. So what we say, guys, 576 down to the 085s. Yeah, that's, what was that, 500 500 points of range, yeah, 490 points of range, yeah, you bet it is. We saw try and failed initiative out of that to the downside yesterday. Hey, we did, and we are back up. The previous area balance on the 4 hour, well, that's a large area balance. On the 1 hour, we do see here balance from 372 all the way down to the 140. Yeah, guys, we traded well below the 140, and we are trading back above the 372 currently, which is an outside bar that we did see here, that forming on that YM. That's a good sign for the bulls for continuation to the upside. However, guys, as we move down into the 30-minute time frame, we are starting to see initiative out of balance to the upside on the 30-minute, and failure. We did recently trade as high as at 405 to 25 405, and we are back into the balance trading the 92s again, guys. That on the 30-minute, that on the 15-minute, and that on the 5-minute, guys. That's the price action that we are seeing on the 5-minute time frame, and guys, failure of that initiative out of balance, and pull back into the middle extreme of that balance. Yeah, guys, that is not a bullish sign currently on the YM. So I'm appreciative of everybody who has joined us this morning. Everybody who has joined us for Chart Talk this morning. You guys are the best. Yeah, that's right. You know it. We appreciate you, every single one of you. But yeah, for those of you guys listening on YouTube, that is, I apologize, there are no charts. But guys, you can just follow along. And like I said, there's always a subscription available, free 7-day trial. You can come over and you can take a look at our charts, take a look at what we have. So yes, guys, definitely appreciated what we are seeing here. So guys, let's continue to take a look at this. Let's take a look at the YM. Yeah, that YM is back into balance, guys. I do think that the 278s are definitely a possibility. The 353s are our first target, though. First target to the downside, the 353s. And additionally, my friends, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Nasdaq, guys. Nasdaq is up a better percentage than all the other majors. Yeah, we're up 0.83 in the YM, actually, so that's not true. We're up 0.83 in the YM, 0.49%, 0.57%, and 0.38%. So that'd be YM, ES, Nasdaq, and Russell, those numbers. But Nasdaq is in second place with 0.57%. Followed by ES, and then of course the Russell. We'll talk about the Russell later, who's not been very muscly. No, he hasn't. So guys, we are short the ES from the the Nasdaq from the 21s, guys. We are seeing initiative out of balance to the downside currently as we speak. We are seeing initiative out of balance to the downside on the 5-minute time frame. Well, first target is the 7404s, and I do think the 87s are back into play. So we are seeing some initiative out of balance. The downside stop is back to break even, guys. Stop is back to break even, and we are just hoping for some continuation of this move back down. We are seeing the 4 halves and 475s trading the ES. We're up about a point and a quarter, point and a half on the ES right now. Not much to write home about, but initiative out of balance on the downside to the Nasdaq is beneficial to our short position current. Let us take a look at that. Is the 5-minute on the Nasdaq. Let's take a look at the 4-hour, and we'll go from there, guys. So first thing we see on the 4-hour is, yeah, we are seeing that we are balancing up on the highs. However, we do have a balance area that is forming here On the 4 hour, we do have an overlapping area balance here, all the way down from the middle of the previous area balance. Yeah, guys, we do have a previous area balance. Let's call it 73.51. Yeah, and I do have that written in here as, let's see, I see 73.51 to 70.15s, and that goes from the 6.15.18. So that's June 5th. 6.5.18 all the way to 7.15.18. Yeah, guys, that overlapping area balance, guys, for over a month, and let's just say nearly a month and a quarter, guys, month and a third, so 40 days there. We had overlapping area balance. Since then, we have balanced higher, all the way up from what's called the 75.05s, all the way down, when not taking into account that spike up to 75.30. 75.05 back to the middle of that previous area balance of the 71.90. So that is what we are seeing, guys. We are seeing that that next larger area balance that is in here. And yeah, guys, we are just kind of in the middle of that area balance current. In the middle, well, we are near the issue. We're not in the middle. We're actually above the middle of that area balance. But yeah, guys, we are in that, solidly in that area balance. We did come down to the middle of it yesterday. So I'd like to see overlapping rotations here. I'd like to see overlapping areas of balance. I could see there is the potential of seeing a as we did come up in that middle area of the balance. We took that short at the 74.74s the other day, 74.69s. Yeah, guys, that could have been the high, and we could be looking at the low down into that 73.77, us up into the middle of that previous and that next area balance lower again, and us taking the short off that 21 there. That's what we could be seeing. That's what I hope we're seeing, is we're seeing 4 hour balances lower on the ES and Nasdaq. Or, I'm sorry, on the Nasdaq here. That's what I hope we're starting to see, but we have no reason to have anything other than hope at this time, at this point, and have some solid stops above us. That's what we are seeing. Hey, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. It's good to see you. And Sean, you did miss some numbers this morning. I will just go ahead and read those off to you one more time real quick. We did have 730 numbers. Building permits, we're looking for 1.31. We got 1.311. We're looking for 1.26, and the housing starts got 1.168. And then initial jobs, looking for 215, got 212. But the big number this morning, the big miss, at least, is the smallest of the numbers, but the biggest miss this morning is we were looking for 22 in the Philly Fed business survey, and we got 11.9. So 11.9 off 22. That was a big miss on the survey. And that does not conclude what we were looking at, guys. We are seeing that NASDAQ continue to be short. We are short the NASDAQ from the 21s. We're short the ES all the way from the 575s. And we are seeing that ES start to come off, trading the 375s. Seeing the NASDAQ come off, trading the 74.12s. First target, and then in the NASDAQ is the 04s, guys. First target in the NASDAQ are the 04s, is what we're looking at first. 03, 75, 04s. It's first target that we're looking for. 3 have the 375s in the ES, guys. We are seeing that what we did come to invalidation of with the first balance area lower. We did come back up into the larger invalidation on the 30-minute time frame off those recent highs, and we've been unable to sustain trade up into and above the middle of that previous area balance, my friends. That is a good sign for the bear case. Yep, and that is what we're seeing in the Nasdaq. Guys, stop back at break even above the 20. We are in at the 21. Stop definitely above the middle of the area of balance. So let's call it the 25s to 26s here, guys. And then definitely, if you want to be a little more riskier, trade up all the way to 31s. If that is trade back up there, yeah, that definitely calls into question that short lean that we've seen here on the 5 minute and the trade off the invalidation to the downside on the 5 minute, guys. But these numbers are supportive of a move down, so that was beneficial to us. These 730 numbers have helped on this shorter time frame. We are seeing the YM actually not only initiative out of balance and back into it, but yeah, guys, nearing the lower extreme of this 5 minute balance as well. We are seeing the Russell. Oh, guys, the Russell. Whoa. What in the world is going on with you, Russell? Yeah, let's take a look at the Russell, guys. Let's move it over to the Russell because guess what? We have seen we have seen some divergent activity in the Russell recently, but the Russell is balancing it up here from 1720 spot 8 all the way down to 1630. Yeah, guys, that's 90-point range in the Russell. I think that we can definitely call this a chop zone. But yeah, guys, on the 4 hour, we have seen nothing but a move higher out of balance, guys. Higher out of balance on the 4 hour time frame. We are seeing the current chop zone in the Russell. We did see the Russell continue try initiative out of balance in the zone from all the way from 1699s all the way down to 1669s. We saw initiative out of balance to the downside yesterday, and we are back back into that middle extreme of that balance, guys. Middle extreme of that balance are the 85s. We are trading the 75s recent. 79 spot 3 is recent. My apologies for that wrong number, my friends. And yeah, that is what we are seeing. But I think I think that Russell, just like the other majors, is has been weakest today, and I think it will continue to show weakness. So in the 5 minute time frame, let's go. Actually, let me just zoom back out into that Russell. And on the 5 minute time frame, yeah, guys, we are seeing that the first target of 77.9 coming into play here, and we are seeing. We do definitely see the 73 in as a first target lower. There's no doubt about it. 73 to 71 as first target lower today in the Russell. So that is what we are seeing, guys. Trade back up above the 80, above that 83. Yeah, above that 83 calls into question everything we have seen in the Russell. But Russell, unlike the others, unlike the YM, which actually did recently try above the previous highs of the day. Yeah, guys, that YM, you guys saw it above the previous highs of the day. Guess what? The Russell is nowhere close. Nowhere close to those previous highs of the day. So, guys, that is what we are seeing here in the Russell. We're trading 3 evens at 3/4 currently in the ES. Did try initiative out of balance slightly for a second, and off that 5 minute time frame, testing the lower extreme zone, but we have yet to see any continuation to the downside in the ES. So, guys, yeah, we are seeing some trade of the ES right on the lower extreme of the 5 minute balance. 5 minute balance, definitely somewhere to keep your eye on, guys. Like I said, we are looking for the 29s first in the ES. All right, guys, that is we are seeing. There's no doubt about it. We are seeing some trade right through here. We are seeing some trade on the 5 minute time frames, guys. We looked at the ES, the Nasdaq, the Dow, and the Russell. The ES, Nasdaq, Dow, and Russell today on the 4 hour, on the 30 minutes, and on the 5 minute time frames, and we established positions to the short side on the Nasdaq, on the ES. We We have yet to establish position to the downside on the Russell, and we have yet to position to the downside on the YM as well. That Dow, we have yet to establish position. That failed initiative out of balance to the upside. Yeah, guys, that was a nice shot to take a look at it, but unable to see a price pattern that brought the level of interest in that I was willing to take a shot on it, especially considering that we are trading currently still above the previous session highs. So yeah, guys. So that YM is stronger than all the other majors. Pretty much combined at this point, my friends. That YM is strong. I think it has a lot to do with the YM strength has a good amount to do with the fact that Walmart did beat their EPSs and yeah, that could be a lot of what we're seeing here. All right, guys, let's take a look at gold. Actually, let's take a look at the dollar first. Dollar DXY. Yeah, guys, bring up a chart with me if you would. And let's take a look at some dollar DXY, guys. We have seen the dollar roll over a little bit into the overnight session, and we are seeing balance here on the overnight session, all the way from 94.406 all the way up into the 94. Or I'm sorry, did I say 94? I'm at 96.406. All the way up to the 96.64 area. We are trading 96.50. 57.5 recently, near off those recent lows, guys. We did see some bid come into the dollar recently, and yeah, I think that the lows of the overnights are in. It looks like it, and it looks like we will continue to appreciate during the regular trading hour session. That has been a nice move up, and I do expect to see some continuation in the dollar. Now, of course, if we were to roll back over below the 96.34s, yeah, that would definitely call into question this move higher. Definitely call into question this move higher. But until then, guys, I think that on the 5-minute, on the 30-minute, yeah, I think that we are definitely seeing initiative out of balance above that 95.6 area. Initiative out of balance, and I think that I think it's pretty clear that we are seeing overlapping areas of balance, and we are starting to see that trade come back in, guys. So we are seeing the 56 spot 604s off the 575s pretty darn quick here, guys. 3 cents higher in the dollar. Trading the 62s now. So yeah, the dollar is starting to move back up. As the dollar is moving up, though, guys, let's move over and take a look at the crude. Okay. So that crude is just balancing them up on these lows recent on a larger time frame. We do actually, so we can take a look at it. We can definitely see a larger time frame here, guys, from the 65.41s where we were short off that yesterday. From the 65.41s all the way down into the 64.43s. Yeah, guys, we are definitely seeing that. But as we zoom in, that's the 30-minute time frame. That is a balance on the lows on the CL. Remember, that's the CLU, okay? That's definitely the CLU. That's something to point out, not the CLV. I will be quoting both because I'm seeing CLV here on the board. But on the 5-minute time frame, guys, we did have overlapping area balance all the way down here after the EIA number, and then down into the overnight session. Yeah, guys, from the 41s, the 65.41s, and the CLU, all the way down to the 64.43s. But guys, we did see on the close, we did see a nice spike up, and we have seen balance actually within the middle to the upper extreme of that range recently. And we have seen within that balance, even the balance from 64.75 all the way up to 65 quarter, we have seen initiative out of balance, and we are back into it current. So I do think that we will continue to see overlapping areas of balance, and I think 65.02 is our next stop on the way down. However, if it's not, and we turn around, we head back higher. Yeah, guys, I think that is. I hope that is that we do. I mean, we would consider that invalidation, my friends, if we saw that. What we have seen in the RBOB as well, guys, take a look at the NASDAQ. We are coming down right now. Actually, it's a very good place to stop and take a look. We are still well off our 29 first target in the ES. We are still 3 points off them, but the NASDAQ is coming down into our first target zone right now as we speak. My friends. So we did see that spike down into the sixes. Like I said, we had the 4 quarters, 4 halves in mind for our first target, but beggars can't be choosers, my friends. Beggars cannot be choosers. We are seeing the 2 halves of the 275s trade in the ES, but yeah, guys, that NASDAQ is coming initiative out of balance to the downside on the 5-minute off those recent highs all the way up into spike up into the 30. Now, as we are starting to balance them out down here, we can definitely move our stop down to break even and actually slightly below it on the bring our stop down to break even or slightly below it on the NASDAQ, my friends. All right, we are seeing that gold that crude start to roll over a little bit, just like we talked about. Starting to see that crude roll over a little bit. And yeah, definitely, guys, definitely seeing that crude down to 65.02. I think that's the first area where we maybe get a little bit of support in the crude. Again, spike back up above that the 36, guys, and we start to worry about what the crude is going to do on the longer time frame. But yeah, as of now, we have seen that crude with that dollar bid. The dollar bid made it a little bit easier to see a short lean in the crude, especially off those recent highs. So yeah, guys, I may have been a little bit wrong, maybe that 98s, but yeah, guys, in that range. 64.98s. I apologize. Instead of 65.02s, but 64.98, 65.02, somewhere in that range is where we could see some balancing here in the in the crude. All right, guys, let's for the crude. Since we are talking about the crude, yeah, guys, let's take a look at the RBOB as well. Yeah, we'll take a look at the RBOB. So there's the RBOB, guys. We are seeing the RBOB in the same sort of pattern that we saw in the crude, whereas we were short yesterday. We were short the RBOB down on into the close, guys. We were short the 2.0053s with a stop up at the 2.0083s. Yeah, guys, that has continued to come off in the overnight session. And we are just kind of balancing them up here on these recent lows. We have come back to the middle of the area of balance. It's kind of like we should have came back to the upper extreme of the balance on the crude. We have seen recent weakness in the RBOB. So yeah, guys, that's what we are seeing. We are seeing on a 5-minute time frame the RBOB continued strength a little bit here. But not up through invalidation yet, and nearing the lower extreme of this, the 198.53s, guys. 198.53s right now where we are trading invalidates the 5-minute long lean, and the shorts continue to come in. We are seeing 197.72, guys. Let's go out to a 4-hour time frame on the RBOB and see what we see below, because that is a new low, new recent low. We did get through the middle of this previous area of balance. I think we target the lower extremes, so the 193.72s are back into play, guys. 193. Yeah, let's just call it the 193 halves are back into play, my friends. looks like it. So you guys, that's first target lower if and when we do roll over is the 190, 193. What we call it, 193 halves, right? 193.64s. Yeah, that's our first target lower on the on the RBOB, which has been weaker than the crude, So finally, the last thing I want to look at is the gold, guys. As we have seen that dollar, seen some actually some rolling over in that overnight session. We've also seen the gold, seeing some in the overnight session as well, guys. We saw the gold spike down into new lows for the year. I believe those are new year lows. Let's take a look and confirm it. Yeah, those are new year lows in the gold. So yeah, guys, here on the gold, we did see a spike down. Wow, into some key areas here in the gold. The 1182s are trading last. We did see the spike down into the middle of the previous the lows from 2017, early 2017 balance area from 1218 all the way down to the 1121s, guys. We did see us right in the middle of that area balance in the overnight session and off them, guys. Big area, but on the 30 minutes, guys, we had 30-minute time frame. We have seen and we continue to see some selling come in, guys. Right now, even that 30-minute time frame has been invalidated. And we are in a large overlapping area balance here. I think anywhere from the 88.9, 89s all the way down into the 80. Like I said, right about where we are, the 82s. I think it's just an overlapping chop at this point in time. I don't expect to see much of a continuation of this trade in either direction. However, with the dollar bid, I could be proved wrong. I could definitely, they could say, "Hey, you, what are you talking about? This is a continued selling continued selling pattern, and we are going to see lower lows, although we have seen higher highs in the recent lower lows and higher highs in the overnight session. So we'll see. But like I said, guys, all the way here from the 82.6 all the way up into the 89s, 88s, guys, I do think is a chop zone in the gold. And that about does it here for us on the broadcast this morning for Chart Talk. Yeah, I do appreciate each and every one of you and your participation in this Chart Talk this morning, and hope that I was able to answer each and every one of your questions. That is what we are seeing, guys, and the Nasdaq is kind of trying a little bit lower right now. We are still trading as 2 evens and 2 quarters in the ES, and we are still trading that 94.06 off that 21 that we did see. So, guys, I am appreciative of the fact that you guys were here this morning for Chart Talk. We will be back at you in the next 22 minutes right before the open. We'll be back live. Welcome to the broadcast, Pat. Welcome to the broadcast. I do like you. Definitely have a unique avatar today. There's no doubt about it. You are a unique avatar. All right, guys. Well, appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. And again, don't hesitate to reach out. I am Eric V. I am Hoi Soy. I am the owner and broadcaster of FutureSquawk.com, the only live indicator from alongside the pits at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, guys. Again, many thanks to each and every one of you, and don't hesitate to reach out by going over to FutureSquawk.com. Use the phone number on there. Yeah, call me. There's a email address. Yeah, email me. And there is a contact box. Yeah, that'll email me too. All right, guys. Have a wonderful remainder of your trading day. I hope that this overview of the markets was beneficial to you, and we will be back with you live from the floor of the CME in about 15 minutes.